This is either going to be the best video on the channel or the worst, and I don't think there's an in-between. So, this one's gonna be pretty good. I got an incredibly rare Mac, actually my first 68K Mac, and it is a Macintosh TV. It's basically just like that one other Mac, but it's, you know, it's full like matte black and it has TV capability. Now, if you remember in the Power Mac G4 Cube video, the hint to the next video was this, which is the original mouse that went with this thing. It's $250 online. I didn't buy it for that much, but it is that much online. I also do have just a regular keyboard. This TV that I got, it didn't come with its original keyboard, but it did come with the original mouse, which is pretty neat. And pretty surprising thing is, this still like fully works. The hard drive is never wiped and it's starting to fail. It rattles every time it powers off, but it still works. The screen is also a little offset. There's a few other issues, but the CD drive works. I had to test it to make sure this video wouldn't be a complete fail. But anyways, in this video, I got a blue SCSI. We're just gonna put it into here and, you know, make it all better. And I also don't have the original installation CD for this Mac. The best I have is just this one, but it can't be booted from for some reason. So my plan is I'm going to install macOS 7.6 on a very small partition, and then while I'm booted into 7.6, install the actual Macintosh TV system 7.1 from inside of 7.6. So let's get this thing powered on before we put the blue SCSI in, make sure it's still working. It's actually been a little while since I've turned it on. Here we go. Alright, cool. So it does still switch on, and a pretty neat thing about this Mac came with a remote, and this remote still works as well, so I can just kind of go. And there it goes. The sound is a little quiet. I think the board needs some recapping, but I don't know how to do that. This thing also just really hates this specific monitor, so if I can, if it's needed, I will adjust the frame rate in whatever post-production. Yeah, no, that hard drive is not doing too well. Yeah, here we are. The camera is losing focus every couple seconds. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to adjust the frame rate for this one. I switched to the 1x camera to focus on the screen. This looks horrible. But yeah, we are in. It does still fully work. We've got 8 megs of RAM, but it does have System 761 on here, which is less than ideal. And if we power it off, yeah, it does that. So we're gonna take out the hard drive, replace it with a blue SCSI. My first idea for this, I put a ROM file on here, or well, I renamed it so it would probably work with this, but also it probably won't work. Actually, it's pretty likely to not work. I don't think it's gonna work, but I'm still gonna try it anyway. And then I'm gonna do my second option, which is just boot from CD and do everything from 2x CD caddy. This was actually one of the earliest Macs to feature I think this is the i300 CD drive, which takes a CD caddy. I don't know what this does. It's under this plastic usually. We also have the original super drive, which I have not tested, and I don't have any floppies to test it. It doesn't look like it's doing too well, but I probably will test it eventually. So anyways, let's get this hard drive out. Alright, here we are at the back. I already took the whole, you know, back plate off. That's just kind of, it's over there somewhere. And we can also look at the logic board, which just kind of slides out like that. Because this whole logic board is just with this one connector here. That's how it connects. There is supposed to be a little like tuner board right there connected. I do have that. I just I took it off because it looked like some of the caps were leaking. and I did not want that to spread. Here's our PRAM battery. I did replace it. This is a new one, a fresh one. Here's our RAM, and then here is our 68030 chip. So that's pretty neat. But also we can put this back in. We don't need to take this out to get to the hard drive. So yeah, the hard drive, it's this right here, and normally in specifically the service manual, you're supposed to just be able to like press this down, and then this is supposed to pull out. For me, it has not at all done that. I think there's just a little bit of loose plastic on the side preventing it from, you know, smoothly coming out. So I have a different solution. All I'm gonna do, I got a spudger. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm just going to kind of pry it out. I'm also being as careful as I can so I don't break any plastics. There we go. It's pretty far out already. I think I still need to use the spudger to get it out further though. Here it comes. Just gotta wiggle it quite a lot. And then there it is. There's our hard drive. It's not very little actually. We have this 160 megabyte SCSI drive. It's on its little sled. I unscrewed a couple screws from it, so it'll be easier next time I take it out, which is right now. Here's our adapter, so that the hard drive can just kind of plug in and be taken out easily. It's got its own little plastic adapter. There it is. There's our hard drive. And there's our sled. So we can just grab the blue SCSI, and if the mount points are correct, which I would hope they are, it should just kind of line up. I might be holding this the wrong way. There we go. I think that's right. Never mind, that was not right. Okay, there's our this. Yeah, we got our adapter. We're gonna plug that in. Now, I do happen to notice a pretty big difference. The Molex does not line up. Okay, well apparently I might be able to just kind of ignore that, I guess, and just kind of, you know, just kind of do that. Connections are probably loose, so I might have to do some modifying, I guess, maybe. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna have it like this. It's kind of, this whole Molex part isn't really connected, but you know, it'll be okay. I think, maybe. It might be, I don't know. I hope this works. Oh. Okay, after enough fiddling, I found out that the whole mounting bracket and the sled itself, they don't actually fit in there with the blue SCSI. So right now, it's just kind of on its own in there. Probably connected, I'm thinking. So yeah, let's turn this thing partially sideways, make sure it's actually working before we turn it all the way around. Okay, we've got it turned to the side. You can see a little more of the damage from here, because there's quite a substantial amount of damage done to it, but you know, we'll still test it. It still works. Alright, we're gonna try powering it on right now, just in case. I'm gonna have my hand on the power cord in case something starts smoking. Well, it made the sound. No smoke. You can't see it, but the screen is on. I don't think it found a bootable Mac OS, which is pretty expected. Yeah, it's showing the missing folder icon. So I'm going to, well, first actually, before I do this whole thing, we're going to power it off and put it back to, you know, its normal position. Alright, we're going to power it on. And then we are going to boot it off of the 7.6 CD. And yes, I am very surprised that that CD drive still works and hasn't completely failed. There it goes, it found the CD. Okay, I guess if I focus the camera on anything else, the whole scan line issue is partially fixed. But then the screen's also a little bit blurry. Alright, well, we are here, but I'm going to check drive set up, see if this blue SCSI is actually seen. Alright, cool. Well, I mean, this seems like the blue SCSI. That is fast. What is going on with that cursor? I don't know if it'll show in the video, but it's just, the regular beach ball cursor is just spinning, like, incredibly fast. I don't know if that means it crashed or what. Oh, okay. Well, it says initialization was done, and it's mounted, but I still want to partition it. I think it just kind of took forever because the SD card is 32 gigabytes compared to the 160 megabytes in the original hard drive. Yeah, it's okay, well, I don't really know how to use this partition manager, but I guess it worked maybe? I mean, can we install things? The refresh rate of the screen is just ever so slightly off, and it hurts my eyes to look at it. Yeah, I don't see the second partition. Okay, well, it's installing. I couldn't get a second partition to work. You know, this thing is really silent. And I think I'm actually hearing the CD drive right now. You know, no, it's not installing anything, but it's not like the volume's gonna change as it's writing files. Oh, it's actually writing, and it's still completely silent. Alright, cool, I guess everything worked. So if that was all successful, then, you know, I guess we can restart and boot into the SD card, blue SCSI. Restarting also ejects the disk, which is pretty convenient. See this boot up time. Or maybe it won't feel like finding the disk. Oh, no, there it goes. Just took a while for some reason, to find the only boot disk in the entire computer. Here we are. That didn't take really too long compared to the hard drive, but they're still surprisingly close. Speaking of hard drives, I think this 160 meg hard drive might have been a, like, built to order spec, because I've seen a couple other Mac TVs that have 80 meg SCSI hard drives. I guess we got that second partition. Hopefully that's not this partition. Okay, or not. Okay, well, let's see what we can do about that other partition. Also, this is, like, actually surprisingly slow. I don't know if it's just because it's this thing's first time in use, or if it has, you know, issues with 4 gigs of storage in one whole partition. Well, the speaker's actually sounding a lot better somehow. Found the disc way faster this time. Okay, you know, I'm just going to ignore a lot of the errors. We're gonna put in the Macintosh TV CD. Well, it does see the disc. I will also try this version of the whatever SCSI device set up, see if we can get that second partition working. Yeah, no, the second partition doesn't say that it's a Macintosh disk at all, and it says that it has a bad name. I cannot name it, and it said that it was formatted. It said that it was formatted as an HFS partition. But you know what? Okay, this is gonna fail, by the way, but we'll try it anyways. Yeah, it just says that it failed. I don't know what it is about it that just kind of fails. Got the installer. Yeah, it doesn't see the other disk. What I'm gonna do is I'm just going to go and format that other partition somewhere else on a different computer. I think that'll probably work. Okay, well, I put the SD card into the G4 Cube running macOS 9.2.2, and from there, that was the one computer with the one operating system that would actually let me format that one partition that was corrupted. So we will see if it actually worked or if it was lying to me. Okay, yeah, it worked. I got our second partition here. Cool. Negative 10,000 in disk. That's the right thing. Well, I mean, I guess I'll put back in the Mac TV CD. just to be safe, I will still initialize this other partition if I can. Okay, whatever. I guess we're just gonna hope that there's no errors. Yeah, it says it's not large enough. I wonder why. Yeah, it says this is not a Macintosh disk. I think it's still a little bit corrupted. So I'm just going to reboot into the macOS 7.6 CD again, see if I can do anything in there. Also, it totally makes sense that these CDs have like a CD caddy in their first iteration. Because like, if you look at the back of it, look at this. It's like a floppy drive, which is, you know, the other thing on this computer, and that's what was mainly there at this time, instead of, you know, CD drives. So it completely makes sense that they would, you know, make a floppy drive-like mechanism for the CD drive. I do also just want to see what the disk first aid on here says. Well, it says it's okay. Repairing it. Still says it's okay. It's weird. It still shows negative 10,000 kilobytes in disk. Okay, well, we're back booted from the CD. I'm gonna see what I can do here with this one. Still a negative amount of space in the disk somehow. I'm just gonna remake this partition. Hope that it doesn't corrupt itself again. This time we are going to make it less than 4 gigs. Additional Mac volume. I think it might have corrupted itself again, considering the fact it set itself as an unknown name. Oh, okay. I guess the, both volumes just don't exist. I mean, it still says that it's found, but it doesn't say that it's mounted. Okay, well, it's mounted one of them now. Yeah, it says that this one isn't an HFS disk again. Alright, after one more set of disk formatting, this doesn't show a number in the negatives. I think it formatted correctly, which means we can put in the Mac TV CD. And hopefully it will recognize this as a valid partition to install on and say that it has actual, like, space available. Yep, okay, it works. Or it, you know, will work. Actually, if I press customize real quick, can I change any of this? Oh no, this is just like manual install. Oh, I saw that. System for Macintosh TV. Alright, install. It is installing. Alright, cool. Well, I do think that we can now go into control panels. Startup disk. This is an option, and we will restart into that. Okay, hold on. This isn't System 7.1, is it? It is not. Why are these both the startup disk? Well, it is now a day later, and I have figured it out. It is now actually booting from 7.1. And the solution, all I had to do the whole time, I just put the SD card back into the G4 Cube, and then I deleted the system folder from the 7.6 installation. But yeah, here we are, and it is incredibly fast too on its, like, whatever RAM it came with. Yeah, it identifies itself correctly. System software 7.1, we are pre-macOS now. And we are booted from this drive, or this partition, instead of this one, which now has no system folder. And I did back up the system folder in a different Mac, so I still have that. But yeah, we actually got it working. And if we go to control panels, here's our control panels. One of them is TV setup. And here's our TV setup. We've got the channel setup, TV to computer switching, which I think its hotkey is Command Tab. Yeah. And then the TV channel. Well, that's just a different things for TV sound and computer mode. But yeah, The hotkey. I guess we can see if it works. Press Command Tab. And there we are in TV mode. And it even shows what channel it's on. And we got the remote here. So let's see if that works. It works! That is incredible. I don't know why it says 3:06 p.m. Oh, it's probably because that's what time it's set to on here. Now we got volume. Can turn up the volume. We got the TV Video Mac button. I wonder what that does. Video. Oh, it returns us to Mac, except at an oddly low brightness. Okay, I think it just automatically sets the brightness, because if you just kind of press the brightness button enough times, it goes back. Well, yeah, there's our TV mode. Actually, there's display settings in here. I kind of want to see what those are. So I press this again. Puts us right into TV mode. And then display. That's the volume button. Sound. Bass. Treble. Balance. Contrast. Sharpness. Actually, I might want to put that up. No, that's volume. I don't know how to change that. I don't really know what button it is. Oh, whatever. Video, Mac. Oh, I pressed it too many times. Well, that seems to work pretty well, because this setup on the previous owner's hard drive, it was still here, but the Mac OS was updated to 7.6.1, so it just, like, trying to switch to TV mode just kind of locked it there. And also the remote didn't really work. Oh, we got screen settings on here. Wonder if I can change how offset the screen is. Brightness, all the way up. Contrast, all the way up. That's just more brightness. And then monitor settings. I think this is just this. Yeah, we can go to 4 colors. This is just black and white. This is black and white though. And this is variations of black and white. 16 gets us kind of just regular colors. 256 gets us actual combinations of colors. Alright, well, now that we have this TV working, I kind of wanted to try something. I got my GameCube, which is also in black, so we'll see if that works. Okay, I'm going to go into TV mode, Command Tab, set to channel 3 right now. We got static, so if I power it on, is it powered on? Did I plug it in? You know, it doesn't seem to be working. But resetting it does kind of, like, if you reset it while this menu is up, it kind of affected the screen for a second. I don't know, is this thing actually powering on? I think I solved it. Hold on. Okay, I found our issue. I just totally forgot to plug the GameCube in. Common mistake. Let's go to, I guess, channel 3. Because that's a pretty common channel for consoles to default to. Let's power it on. Well, I don't think it's on this channel. Channel 2. Nothing. 3. Nothing. 4. Nothing. 5. It might just be on video. Let's see. It's on video. Okay. I forgot this isn't an ancient, like, Stone Age console, and this actually used video instead of just a channel when it's plugged in. So yeah, we got our controller here, our very dirty old controller, but it still works, and we are getting sound. So let's just put in a game and see what it does. All right, the game has been inserted. Let's see, will it switch to the game? Yep, gameplay. It's working. We have actual video and audio coming from the speakers of the Mac TV. That is neat. Oh, there's no memory card inserted. Oh, there we go. Well, I mean, that's pretty cool. We got a Sonic Mega Collection on here. We can play this one. Okay, we got a bit of video glitching there for a second. I guess my A button is actually just back. That's weird. Well, I do have to say the image is very, like, not clear. Like, it's quite blurry, and I think that's just another analog board recapping issue. that can be fixed by someone who knows how to recap boards, which is not me. Oh yeah, it's blue sphere time. Oh, that speaker is crispy now. Okay, that's probably not the best sign, but once again, that just seems like another board recapping issue. It could also just be an actual damaged speaker issue though, because the original owners of this computer were just kind of a whole family. Like I had to, the main reason I was doing all this is because the original hard drive was unwiped and it had some kids software on it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, that was some pretty fun times. Let's go back to Mac mode. Oh wait, does Command Tab also work for this? Oh yeah, it does. Cool. Alright, well that was some pretty fun times. Actually, I do want to see, does appearance, well, colors on here. I was going to see if appearance was on here though. Kind of wanted to change my background. Well, I mean, we do also have puzzle. Oh, it's just one of these. Alright then. Well, I don't really feel like doing this anymore. This is the furthest that I'm going to get. This is going to take like 20 minutes because I've never really done one of these before. Or it's been many years since I have. All I know is that they kept that puzzle around until at least macOS 10 Lion, because that's one of the little activities in the dashboard. Well, just like the G4 Cube video, I've got another little bonus. Got the getting started manual that came with this thing, and I actually don't know if this is like lost media or not, but I haven't found any like full prints of it online, so that's pretty neat. I guess we'll just kind of look through this and find some interesting things. It does have a whole part about watching TV. There's the welcome thing. It's also personalized just for the Mac TV. It's got the remote and the, Mac TV icon. Even this here has a picture of the remote setting up. There's the, I think this image here is just the same image probably that they used for I think the like LC550 they used. Like, it might have been the same design. I don't really remember. I know this Mac is just a black version of some other already existing Mac. Oh, this thing came with optional security screws. What are those for? Alright, it tells you how to plug in the computer. It also tells you how the grounding part of the plug works. It tells you how to connect the mouse and keyboard. And then how to connect the extra, video, like, cable thing. There's the other video cable thing. It tells you how an antenna works. Still tells you how an antenna works. It's weird. After a moment, you should see this. That is I don't think that's the actual Happy Mac icon. That looks like a weird recreation of it. Safety instructions. I'm pretty sure that's just kind of like on all of these manuals. It tells you how far to sit from your screen. Here's where it tells you how to use a mouse. That's neat. I love learning how to use a mouse, especially when that mouse only has one button. This also shows everything in black and white. Is this System 6? Or did they just want to print all this out in black and white to save money? Oh yeah, here's the full view of the ports and everything. And also that little dot at the top. I don't think it was ever shown in the video, but there's a little dot. It kind of looks like a camera. It's actually just the IR receiver. And here's the remote guide. Oh, here's another cool artwork with the Mac TV. Oh, the keyboard works with the whole TV little display at the bottom in TV mode. Hold on. Okay, now if we go to display, change that all the way to contrast. Yeah, the arrow keys really do change that. Sharpness, turn that up all the way. We need a sharp display. Tint, input, TV and video. Huh, okay. Well, the arrow keys really do work for that. That's pretty neat. And of course, that sharpness didn't really actually change anything on the main display. I wanted to see if it would, and it did not. There's some more TV specific settings. Those are pretty neat too. There's the TV setup part, channel setup, moving channels, more TV things, even more TV things. There's a lot of cool little TV things on here that I'm sure aren't in any other manual. Well, except for maybe I think there were one or two Macs that also came with a TV tuner. So some of this might be on the manual for those too. There's another cool little artwork that has the remote in it, and also the whole CD-ROM drive. Yeah, the 300i drive, not the i300. It's one of the earliest variations of CD drive, and it uses this whole caddy. Works like a floppy drive, but you can change the whole, you know, floppy disk in the floppy disk out. Oh, we got some macOS foreshadowing here. We got High Sierra format, like macOS High Sierra. We also have CD-ROM file formats that will work. Tells you how to use a CD caddy. Tells you how to eject a disk. More remote control things. So many CD things on here. Oh hey, this one doesn't have any remote control on it. Oh, and this one's for the CD install me first disk. Yeah, if only I had this. Well, I technically do have it, but if only it was, like, bootable. We got the index. Even more of 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 the index. And then that's the end. Got the back of it. Probably the back of all the manuals from this time. So yeah, that was the getting started manual for the Macintosh TV. I would scan it and upload it online, but I do not know how to do that. Well, that was the Macintosh TV. I will see you in the next video, which is another Goodwill Mac video. Yay! Woohoo!